What's going on, everybody? It is time for episode 9 of the Holistics Highlights podcast. I'm Scott Kaplan, along with Grande Alejandro Padilla, Big John Browner, and really the brains behind this operation. She runs all the marketing at Torrey Holistics and California Holistics. Ruthie Edelson is with us. Ruthie, you bring us all together for episode 9, and looking forward to meeting the guys from Cannacraft today. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Just living the good life.
So mellow today.
I know.
Yeah.
But you really love the Cannacraft brand, and there's a lot more than just one. I mean, there's a lot of other brands to what these guys do, right?
Yeah. So Cannacraft is their overarching company that holds a lot of brands. So this is actually a little bit of older packaging, but this is one of my favorites. It's their Hi-Fi Lagunitas. It's not in glass anymore. It's in cans, which I'm super stoked about, so I can drink it by my pool. Me and my girlfriends love sipping on the Hi-Fi. Definitely try that one out. And then they have 2 flower companies. So this is Farmer and the Felon, and some of the proceeds goes to the Prisoner Project. And then Unlocked, both is unbelievable flower. Highly recommend trying out this flower. In fact, sometimes it's really hard for us to keep this in stock.
I like the names, by the way. We're going to learn more about kind of the names and why they've come up with Farmer and the Felon, Unlocked. I mean, this is a theme that we're going to hear about.
Yes. And then you have Care by Design. This is a topical cream. They won at the Emerald Cup an award for this. Fantastic. So aches, pains, arthritis, all of that. This is fantastic. They have tinctures and vapes, capsules, all kinds of fantastic products. They've been in the business for a really long time. They've been partners of Torrey since before I was here in 2017. So they're just a fantastic company.
You know, of all the interviews that we've done so far, I feel like these are the guys that have the most, meaning like the most brands and most products. Like some people specialize in flower and some people specialize in vape, it seems. And some people, specialize in, liquids, but these guys are in everything.
Yeah. They've been doing it all, and they've been doing it all for a really long time, have a lot of experience, and have a big heart behind it.
All right. You guys ready to do this? Let's do it. Let's meet Bobby and Justin from Cannacraft. All right. So Ruthie, I'm really curious. You've invited this week Bobby and Justin from Cannacraft. And by the way, when I say from one company, I mean, these guys represent so many different brands. So Ruthie, I'm curious, what really prompted this invitation for these fellas to come on to the Holistics Highlights podcast?
Yeah, so Cannacraft has been partners of Torrey Holistics and now California Holistics and Mammoth Holistics for many years. Since I've been here, since 2017, we've partnered with them. They carry some of my favorites, Hi-Fi Lagunitas. I'm loving their new packaging and the, flavoring of their drinks. It's funny because I have a lot of friends that I microdose with, and we have actually now started, when we gather, we drink cannabis drinks rather than wine and alcohol. And so I've started to bring the Hi-Fi around, and now, really turning them onto those as their favorites and not some of the other brands. So that's been pretty exciting. And then their pain cream, all the older people in my family are asking for that. So they've got amazing brands, and I have taken a tour of where Bobby's at, and their facility is incredible, and all the people working with them and for them. So I love for everything they stand for, and they have great stories, so many great stories. So I'm excited for you guys to hear some of them.
All right. Well, let's meet the guys from Cannacraft. You got Bobby McGowan, who's in the headquarters at Santa Rosa, California. And then you got Justin Capri, who's in the farm in Mendocino, California. Wow, look at that, dude. Oh my God. Wow. Can you explain to everybody where you are, what you're doing, and what we're all looking at?
Yeah, I'm on a 10-acre farm that we acquired a few years back, and we've kind of been, testing the waters on, how to grow at scale and really turn out the quality that, people expect from Farmer and the Felon and from us as a crew. Lake County is one of the counties that's close to Sonoma and Mendocino. So this was a prime spot for us that we picked up a couple seasons ago. We're on season 3 now, and we've kind of been expanding. The demand is large, and just to kind of keep the quality where we need to be at, baggable flower that the consumers are going to be hyped on. We do it all ourselves, and we bring in some of the highest level master growers and teams in the game, and do our best to put out the fire.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, would you show us around a little bit? Because everybody who's listening on audio podcast will have to come watch on YouTube. Could you we just all want to see what's going on there. Bobby, you've probably seen this a million times, no big deal. But for us, Ruthie, isn't this cool? You've been there before?
I love it. I've been to the headquarters. I've been to other farms in some areas around there, and it is incredible to see. But I've never been on one of Cannacraft farms. I can't wait to go and check it out. It's incredible to be amongst all the flower. It's so beautiful.
What does it smell like in there right now?
Oh my God, it's so being amazing. I wanted to show you guys the color right here. If you could see the difference. I know I'm not getting the best quality footage.
Well, no, it seemed like on one side, like it was purple, and on the other side, it was green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this strain in particular, which I just rolled up here, and I'm getting to see this particular strain for the first time. I forget what Chantal told me this even was, but this really drew my eye. We have 120 hoops, I believe, is what's here. So this is one of many, with all the different genetics. A lot of the genetics that our staff has came up with, and doing a lot of breeding and selection along the way, and we pick the best strains and let them run and see what happens, and every year we kind of eliminate a few that maybe didn't perform the way we want, and we bring in new ones, and it's really like a strain hunting, and trying to be the best,
Wow.
When you guys are looking for a place to farm, is there something in particular you're looking for a space? Like, is there certain land where you just this doesn't work, or is there a certain type of area that you want to go to because it'll be more fruitful?
Yeah, definitely. Lake County, where this one's at, we've struggled a little bit, just due to the heat over in Lake County is much different than maybe you would get in Sebastopol, like Santa Rosa area. So we prefer to grow in a little bit less hot, environment, a little cooler environment. But we just take the steps that we need to take to make sure that these girls are happy, and keep them nice and cool. This year we were able to put hoops over them so we can protect them a little bit more. And the weather's been nice to us so far this year. We haven't been hitting these 100-degree days back to back, which stresses out the plants, and so we're excited. I mean, these are in native soil. This is a farm that's, had a bunch of cows on it for 50 plus years. And so it's got nice soil. When we first came out a few years ago, I'm out here on the tractor going, we're going to plant in this. Used to, Mendocino for the last 25 years, we've been giving it the best soil and, in bags most of the time, or, some sort of, not in the native soil. So we're building boxes and bags and beds and all this stuff, and just giving it really expensive, nice soil. And to be able to kind of pivot and get over into the row cropping and see it be successful has been huge for us and very eye-opening. almost frustrating sometimes, because they're like, damn it, we've been doing this for so long, and kind of almost a waste, for putting so much effort in, and now here we are, just kind of it's simplified everything, and they're really enjoying the native soil, and very little feeding even going on, just kind of letting them do their thing, and listening to the plants. That's really where our master grower's mind is at this year, and it's turned out to be a good call. So
Ruthie, I had no idea that Justin would be on the farm like this, and we'd have an opportunity to see what he's just shown us and hear him talk about all that. So Ruthie, why don't you pick it up though? Like where did you plan on going? That was unexpected. And that was Justin, that was awesome for us to get a chance to see that. But Ruthie, where was your head at going into this today?
Yeah, that was a special treat. Well, really talking to Bobby, who, is one of the founders, telling us a little bit about each brand, and then if we could dig deeper into Farmer and the Felon, because there's so much activism that goes in to the brand and behind the brand.
Well, just to clarify, the two founders are Dennis Hunter and Ned Fussell, and Justin there as a co-founder. Yes, this is where we are right now in the headquarters. So this is where it all goes down. We take all our own materials in and do all our extraction here. We do all our manufacturing, packaging, distribution just out of this little business park we're at. So yeah, Farmer and the Felon is a passion project for us. All the core people of this company come from Mendocino and a lifetime of working in the cannabis industry. And throughout all those years, everybody, this is even pre-215, there was a lot of people, a lot of families broken up, and, a lot of trauma actually that came towards these farmers throughout all the years. And now it's out there in the public eye, and, it's big investments coming in, and there's still people that are incarcerated for nonviolent cannabis offenses. So partnered with the Last Prisoner Project, and they're covering, finding the lawyers and the legal fees, and one by one, we're trying to get these people out.
That's cool, man. So can you tell us about the brand Farmer and the Felon? And then you just kind of set it up though, a little bit about, what you guys are doing because of the number of people that have been impacted, as you just talked about, but the brand versus the cause. Could you get us into that a little bit more?
Yeah, the brand. What we pride ourselves on a very high quality sun grown flower. It's the plant in its most natural form, and we're really trying to get out there and educate people on the value of sun grown. Emerald Cup has been doing a great job of getting it out there and creating categories. And the fact that we did take Best in Show for our flower speaks volumes on the quality. And especially now that we're able to do it at scale and bring it to customers, a high quality product at scale.
It's really cool. Really good idea. All right. Somebody got a phone ringing. It's okay. Phones ring. It happens. It's all good. It's no big deal. A lot of people freak out. That's really cool, dude. Gosh, how many people do you think? I mean, are there like a lot of people incarcerated right now? I mean, what kind of numbers are we talking about? I don't know if you have always.
Yeah. I mean, Justin, the exact stats there, but it's
4,000.
Yes, it's up there. And most importantly, there's some people that have been they're facing 60-year sentences, 40-year sentences, 15-year sentences for what we're doing every day.
Yeah.
When you guys see new people coming, when you see kind of like the corporate side of this starting to grow and corporations starting to throw their money in, how upsetting is it for, like you said, you guys are working to free people who are suffering really at this point unjust crimes? How frustrating is it to see now people come in and put corporate money into the industry?
Yeah, it's tough. The industry is evolving and growing. So with that is a lot of money and opportunity for people coming in. But especially now, the space of the industry is really probably in the worst shape it's been in. just due to taxes and regulations and a saturation of flower that's out there. So right now it's that's why I love talking with great partners like Torrey. It's a time now to kind of band together and really just try and maintain this culture and promote cannabis for what it is as a medicine. And it's not just a big money grab that's happening out there. People are playing it like it's the stock market. And this is in our roots, and we're very passionate about it. So yeah, it can be frustrating.
So was I reading correctly that one of the founders, and Dennis, he himself served time in federal prison because of his, and then when he got out, that's when he got the idea of beginning Cannacraft?
Yeah, that's Cannacraft is a long story all over the place, but yeah.
We got time, dude. That's why we're
we
here.
got time. But that's incredible though. So he served over 6 years in federal prison.
Yeah.
He gets out and he's like, I'm going to do something about this because this is totally ridiculous.
Yeah, Dennis is that's a podcast on its own. You guys should figure out a time to get Dennis on there and tell his story. But Dennis is a pioneer in the industry. He was growing big in the 90s, early 90s. Doing that, it'll catch up to you eventually. So he actually went on the run for quite a long time, about 4 years. During that time, he was actually taking some of the proceeds and bailing people out that were incarcerated all over the country. So he's been kind of, doing the farmer and the felon thing for a long time, but it eventually caught up to him, and he did. He was facing a 60-year sentence, but
wow,
got down to a 7-year. He did 6.5. And when he got out, he wasn't allowed to work in cannabis. So he got to selling the shovels to the coal miner thing and got into nutrients and potting. And that's where kind of it all started. There is when him and Ned Fussell linked up, where Ned was a big cultivator at that time and buying nutrients. And so he just went straight to the source with Dennis, and they linked up and started the original Cannacraft with an extractor, and Justin was right there in the beginning, and now it's blossomed into this.
Ruthie, what are because Cannacraft is a brand, it's a big name, but you've already mentioned a bunch of the different brands that are kind of underneath, at least that's the way I'm describing it, that you guys have in Torrey Holistics, California Holistics, Mammoth Holistics. What are you've mentioned a couple of them, but like what are some of the brands and the forms that you like?
Yeah, so we have we can start off with Hi-Fi Lagunitas. And Justin, you guys or Bobby, you guys make that there at the facility you're at, right?
Yeah, we get the hop water from Lagunitas and we infuse it here on site. So it's basically extracted the terpenes that they're using for their beers, and it's just a hop flavored soda water with THC and CBD.
How much THC goes into a bottle of what looks like a beer, but as you just described it, kind of more of a hoppy soda water?
Yeah, so we have 3. We have a 2 milligram, so 2 milligrams CBD, 2 milligrams THC. So it's a micro. More of a social, you can put down 5 of those pretty easy. Then we have a 5 and 5, so 5 milligrams THC, 5 milligrams CBD, and then we have a 10 milligram.
Both THC.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Where I find that?
Yeah.
Well, no, John, you want the keef. That's what you like. The 100 milligram.
Yep. Yeah,
or you like to go to space.
Yeah, that's my wheelhouse. I'm an astronaut when it comes to the liquids.
We got 100 milligram for you.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Wow, 100 milligram bottle, huh?
Yeah, that's a different brand, but yes.
That's with Keef. It's more of it's more soda based. So we have a root beer and a cola and a orange drink, and then a high potency 100 milligram bottles.
Damn, high 100.
Browner, you've had that before. You've talked about that before.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think it took you like 3 days to come down from that bottle.
that wasn't my favorite adventure because of the duration, but nevertheless, I had a good time.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
beverages, that's cool. And Ruthie, are the beverages a popular form of THC in the stores?
I mean, they are for me, but overall in category, it is a smaller category. I personally love them. They're always low in calorie. You don't have a hangover. You go to sleep and you sleep amazing. I absolutely love drinks, so I'm a huge fan, but it is a small percentage, of what we have in the store, considering all the other categories and all the other brands. So I'm a huge fan.
I see Bobby's still in the office, and Justin, where are you at now? I love that you're walking around throughout this entire time.
Oh,
Trying to
wow.
get-
That's amazing.
Whoa. Okay.
Are you on a roof?
Yeah, I climbed up on a super sketchy roof, but
Don't fall, Justin.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's like the scale that we're working with right now with a really small crew, and they're just handling business. There's Sean over there. He's the man. So yeah, we got auto flowers in the backfield over there that are kind of, running right now. And then we've hooped most of this. And then we got all of these hoops. And that's the neighbors over there. They're getting it in too.
Wow. Bobby, you've seen all this stuff a million times. The four of us are like, whoa,
Honestly,
cool.
it's still mind blowing for me. This scale, growing up, it was little patches here and there in the trees, and then it kind of graduated to little 10Ks. But it's still mind blowing.
Yeah, I grew up in a city. I grew up in a city full of farms, like strawberry fields, onions, lemon. It's exactly what it looks like. Like that. Like the magnitude of the cannabis industry, like seeing it, I feel like it's such a rarity seeing it that it literally looks just like any other regular field for vegetables or fruits.
I remember fantasizing as a kid, because we grew up on a hill that was above vineyards and looking out over all these vineyards and being like, what if this was all weed?
As far as the eye can see, does it give you confidence, or does it give you hope that because the way that the industry is growing and the way that it is branching out and the way that it is becoming more acceptable, that some of your core principles in which why you started the company can start to help people more?
Yeah, exactly. It's ultimately it is a medicine, and we want it to be distributed and available for everybody. So in order to make that happen, it has to kind of graduate to this corporate structure to be able to supply that many people. So it's bittersweet, but we we're still the same guys, solid crew that have been doing it forever, and so we're maintaining our principles and our culture, and really trying to identifying allies and really linking arms with people and just fighting the good fight.
I love the modesty, because you guys are rock stars. You guys just won like 4 major awards, if not the biggest award you can win in the cannabis industry. So I appreciate the modesty, but come on, you got to show off a little bit.
Yeah. We're super proud.
Yeah.
You're like the 3P. You're like the 3P Lakers, and you're like, yeah, we won a couple games.
Yeah. For those people that don't know, can you explain what the Emerald Cup is and what awards you guys won? Because I saw it was dubbed the Academy Awards of Cannabis.
Well, this year especially, because they moved. It originated up in Mendocino County with Tim Blake, who's a true pioneer in the cannabis world, and it's grown throughout the years. And it was always up here in Northern California, but the last couple of years it moved down to LA. And this time it was actually in a legit theater, so it did have a definite Grammy vibes.
Do you guys have a green carpet?
There's definitely some step and repeats there, and some carpets going. Everybody got all dolled up. It was super fun.
So
but the Emerald Cup crew are amazing. They're really doing amazing work. And also with Alec Dixon of SC Labs, is really breaking down and educating people on terpenes and trying to pull people away just from looking at THC percentages and educating people on sun grown and the value of it, and really trying to do a true education through the award ceremony. And the judges are as legit as they come. I mean, every single one of them is quite the cannabis resume. So I was really proud. It was a blind taste test too. Everybody just got numbered jars, and they picked us. So
I got a question. I asked this question to everyone. Do you remember the first time you smoked?
I do. Yeah. I was probably 13 years old, just up on the hill there. I grew up on a hill that was, primarily a bunch of people coming back from Vietnam, and they were all growers up there. My parents were some sweet city kids coming from the New York and New Jersey area, and just landed on this crazy hill where everybody was growing weed. So it was around us, forever. As a little kid, it was destigmatized pretty early for us, and everybody had to mind our P's and Q's and what we told people, but we were taught from the beginning that this is a medicine and this is helping people. So
did you grow up with Justin?
Started pretty early. Yeah. Justin and I grew up together. We've known each other our whole lives. Justin's wife Val is a family close friend, and our parents actually worked together before we were born. So yeah, we go way back. Family roots.
Wow,
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
I had one quick question. I mean, obviously all your farms are legal, but do you ever have to worry about people wanting to come in from the government or the state to check it out? And if so, what's that like?
Yeah, we got our affairs in order pretty well. We have an amazing compliance team that keeps us up on everything, but there's always little battles here and there.
So people will just come without warning, to
Yeah,
say
they'll
they
come
want
in.
to come check out.
Yeah, they usually kind of schedule their visits, but they've been known to pop in.
Yeah.
Are you on call at all times? Like, hey, we have to know that at any time somebody might come here and look up our skirt.
Well, Justin's out there right now. Anybody show up today?
He's here now, but yeah,
there we go.
They'll give you 24-hour notice, and you got to be ready to rock. But like Bobby said, we have a great compliance team. We're heavily involved at the state level and county level, with our government relations teams and all of that. So we're also trying to help the state and the counties and whatnot really understand what this is, and we've been at that for a really long time. It's like let's just sit at the table and talk about it ahead of time, and let's figure this out together, and we can teach each other, and that's kind of been our approach.
Yeah.
Right, because there aren't people at the table that have been doing this, by legacy farmers, or I should say they're government workers trying to figure out this industry, but haven't really been around the plant.
Yeah, well, we've been through it. In 2016, we were raided by the DEA pretty seriously. They came in full guns drawn, safe crackers during payroll, took all our extraction machines, and arrested Dennis on a $5 million bail, which was the biggest bail in Sonoma County history. So, luckily we did have a great support group from the community, and people were out there with picket signs in front of the courthouse, and he was actually released the next day. And so we've been fighting that fight for a long time, and that actually kind of kick-started us off. I mean, I was just talking to Tiffany, who handles our government relations and compliance, and she did 20 meetings in Sacramento this week. So
oh wow,
we're out there.
Wow, dude, I gotta say, the perseverance, but also you guys growing up around the plant, and you guys growing up around the farming, and also being taught as kids that this was a medicine, that it wasn't something that the bad kids were doing, kind of thing. It's really interesting to hear your story. And as we always say to everybody, this is the first time we're having you guys on the Holistic Highlights podcast, but certainly not the last time. Before we all go, though, Alex, could you put up on the screen some of the website stuff. Just if you guys could talk us through a couple of these products, just so that people who are watching and listening, when they come into Torrey Holistics, when they come into California, when they come into Mammoth, they go, hey, I heard about that brand, and I know what the guys said about it, and I want to try it. So, Alex, what do you think, man? There you go. Here we go. We're looking at the website right now. Farmer and the Felon, you guys talked about a little bit earlier today. Just go for it, Bobby.
My screen is frozen. I can't really.
That's all right. So here, I'll read it to you. You got Farmer and the Felon. Is that just? I guess I should
ABX.
ask.
It's ABX.
Yeah, Absolute Extract. So that's our extract line. So we do everything from vapes to gel tabs to gummies, tinctures. So that's our extract line. And then we have Care by Design, which is more wellness focused. So we're the first ones to do the CBD to THC ratios. So that's been our baby.
Yeah, Care by Design's pretty awesome. They have a lot of different ratios with that one as well. And Care by Design has a fantastic pain cream. So if you have someone in your life that's having pain, arthritis, anything like that, and needs a topical, I highly, highly suggest this.
That took down the Emerald Cup also. We got first in topicals there. So that's an amazing product. I mean,
I got to try that. You know what? I mean, honestly, like I have recently, don't bother with me. I just want to complain for a few minutes about my arms and getting a little older and lifting weights and all. Don't even listen to me, but I want that product. I'm coming in, Ruthie. I want to get that product.
Who doesn't have aches and pains at our age, Scott?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a game
I'm always
changer.
having Peter rub stuff on like my neck, my shoulder, somewhere, right? I'm like totally achy.
I want to get that product. Guys, it is great to talk to you today. Congratulations on all of your success. Like I said, your perseverance is incredible. Like we're just learning about these stories. And as Ruthie said, you guys have great stories. Can't wait to hear more of them. Thank you guys so much for coming on this episode.
All right. Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you soon, Ruthie, in the shop.
Yes. Sounds good.
And thanks for the tour.
Yeah. Have a good one, you guys.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.